Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to do web scraping of multiple pages using Power BI. For doing so, I'll be taking a data from Amazon. So I have selected some data on Amazon .ae. I wrote books for Python. So this is the keyword that I have used, Python for data science, and it has generated all of these pages. If you can just pay attention here, we are on the first page, which has generated altogether 48 books, and altogether the results are 3,000. If I'll just take you down, here the number of pages that has been generated is lot. We can quietly see here that 1 to 2, 2, 3, and then it has gone on to the last page, which is 7 pages. And in one page, 48 books are shown. And this is what exactly the data that we will be using for scrapping this data from this website to our Power BI. So the first and foremost, I'm going to copy the link here. I will go on to get data, web, and I'll paste this link there. So here is my link based on the internet speed. This will take some time, so just be with me. Once data gets connected, then it will ask us, the navigator will ask us that what do we want to do with this data? Do we want to directly load or we want to do the transformation? Now, there are two ways in which you can have this data. If you're just going up with the suggested table as what this linkage which Power BI has established with the link. So here, if you just keep on clicking, you will find that all of these information which is basically connected to your Power BI. So if you want to keep this, you can select this, but this is not what I am looking for. I am going to scrap very specific data which I'm interested into rather than wasting my time in cleaning up all of these data which is unwanted for me. I would prefer to create my own customized tables just to have only those information in which I am interested. So how do we do this? So here, right at the end, you can see add tables using examples. I'm going to click this. So once we have reached this stage, by clicking this add table using example, which means that we are going to customize as per our own requirement. So this is the link of the page that is connected in Power BI, and downside we can see that we can provide the name of the different columns. So I wanted to have the column say, I'll just run through that what are the items which is available, so I can see the name of the book. So I'm going to write this as name of the book. The second one here, I wanted to have the author's name, so here is an author's name. The third one, I wanted to have say the price, so here is the price. And fourth, I wanted to have the ratings. So these are the four information which I am looking from this website. And here is the magic. So first and foremost, I have to write down the name of the book, whatsoever is the book which is available right on the first page of this website. So Python for data science, that is what it is written. So I will write down that Python for data science. So the moment I wrote all of these, there are a lot of options that got enabled. So here you can see that this is the name of the book that I'm interested into. So I will just double click this, put my cursor here, one enter, and it will autofill. This autofill means that right on the first page, whatsoever will be the number of the books, now those are the part of your first column. Similarly, I wanted to write down the name of the author. So I can see the name of the author is John Paul and someone. So here I can also write John Paul. And then this is John Paul and Nu Cameron Messeron. Sorry, this is the name of the book. So I will double click and I will put one enter. And this is again autofill. The price I can see is 54.06. So I'm going to have this price 54.06 the moment I wrote this, so I may be getting a lot of alerts here. Now, I will personally prefer to keep this paperback one for the apparent reason because once if I'll autofill, most of these books are in a paperback, so that's how it will fill in all information. If I don't do that, let's say if I'll just go with the first option, let's do it. I have selected, double click, and then one enter. Now it is doing an autofill, but here if you can see that not all of those information are available, and then there are a lot of missing values, which I do not want. So instead of this, I'm going to select this paperback and then double click and one enter. It's here, all of those information which is there. Yes, there are some missing values here also, because that could this book could be in a hardcover form, not in that paperback form. So that could be one of the reason, that because it's not available into that format, so it has not scrapped that information. And then lastly, the rating. For rating, I just wanted to give you one important information which you have to keep. Say, suppose I wanted to scrap all of these information, and when I see here, I can see ideally that this is 4.5 star rated basically book. But just to ensure that it's a correct one, I will go back to my website and put my cursor here, and you can see that instead of 4.5 it is 4.4. The reason why I said that you have to pay attention to this, because it will scrap that exactly the same information. So I will just write 4.4 out of 5 star, and you can see that 105 people have given reviews to it. So I'm going to select this as well, because later I'll be transforming this column into number of reviews also. So I will just double click and one enter. Yes, the magic happened. Here is all of my information which I am interested. Click OK, and it will take you back here onto your navigator and asking you to load, transform, or if you want it to cancel. So loading of data happens when all of these transformation has taken place. You have not done yet any of these transformation. Therefore, we will click on transform data. That will take us to Power Query Editor, and we will see there that what happens. So here, this is, we are now into a Power Query Editor. Here I can see that all of these information which has been generated here. So I have to do a bit of a cleaning process here. So let's see, how do I clean all of these information. So friends, now we have to do a bit of a transformation, which we can see here that there are a lot of null values here. So the first and foremost thing is this, that we are supposed to remove this null values. So if you can just go on views and enable, I have enabled my column quality. If you have not yet enabled that, please enable this column quality, which will give you just a summarized information in terms of the error and the empty, the variables there. So we can come here and then just right click, remove empty, done. Here also I can see right click, remove empty. Similarly, I will just check here. So there's nothing. So this is all. Now we have to do a transformation to this rating table. What do we want? We want this 4.4 out of 5 in one column, and then 105, which is basically a reviews given by the number of the customer in a separate column. So for doing so, we just have to again go on to transformation, and we are going to go for splitting this. Well, so here you can see that I wanted to put this into different column, and I'm going to split this on the basis of number of characters. Number of characters will be 19, and then I'm going to do this. So you can find out that this is what exactly we were looking for. This is ratings, this is ratings, and this is basically the reviews. Oh, sorry. So reviews here. And this is what exactly we were looking for. So, friends, after transformation, now it is a time to connect this data so that we will be able to scrap not just the first page, rather, multiple pages of that web link. So, in order to do so, we have to look for an advanced editor. That advanced editor, you're going to find it here. That's what I am talking about, advanced editor, a very good tool available in Power BI. So, we are going to click this advanced editor. And if you just pay attention that it is generated some sort of an coding, but don't be afraid, there is not much of a code that we are going to write here. So we are going to define one function, and that function need to be in round brackets. You can give a name of this function as per your own choice. Because I'm searching about books, so I'm going to give a name as books. And most of that URL is basically into text, so we are going to write it as text. And right here downside, you can see that it will show whether it is good to go. If there is no syntax error, it will good to go. It will just give you an alert that yes, it's good to go. If not, then you can see this kind of an exclamation mark. This means something has gone wrong. So something has gone wrong into this because I have still not completed my code. So in order to complete this code, you have to put is equal to, and sorry, you have to put the is equal to outside the bracket and then greater than sign. You can see that it says that no syntax error, it is good to go, but don't be in hurry. Still, you have to address to one of the issues here. Now, if you just press done, so it is as good as a scrap the do the first page of your web link. So it will only scrap the first page of your web page. This is not what exactly you are looking for. You're looking for scrapping of multiple pages. So we have seen that it has generated 7 pages. So you want all of those 7 pages to be a part of that, provided those missing information should not be a part of your data set. So here you have to make some sort of changes here. I'll just try to see if I can make it big for you to have a look onto it. Now here, if I just select all of these, you can understand that that's what exactly is the whole basically a kind of an the link from where my whole data is connected. So now I have to change this a bit so that it is important for this whole web link to get connected to the multiple data therein. Now if you have paid attention to this, that's what exactly it is, because that's very important, by the way. It is an Amazon website. Then I have searched for Python for data science, and here is an ID, and then they have said is equal to. Now is equal to, that's where you have to make the changes. So is equal to 1624, that what exactly the information. What we are interested into is that one. One means page number one. We are not interested in only in page number one, rather we are interested in all of those pages. So in order to do so, what you can do, you can select this one, put this in double quote, remove this, write down whatsoever is the function name that you have defined. So we have defined the function name as books. So we are going to do this copy and paste. If you want, you can type it as well. Books. And still you can see that it has shown an error because we have still not put the ampersand. So shift 7 ampersand. Similarly, shift 7 ampersand. And now no syntax error have been detected. Good to go. Done. Once you have done, you have basically you can see that you have been asked to enter some sort of an parameter. Before you do any sort of an parameters, here you have to define a blank query. So do a right click, go to a new query, come down here, blank query. Now what is this blank query? Blank query will is basically is asking you that till what is the total number of the information that you are looking for. So in order to answer this question, you have to go back to your web page, and we are interested into all 3000 results, right? So we will come back here, we will define our basically this blank query. In order to define this, that we want right from first display to the last 3000 display of all of those books into my Power BI. So you have to define that as well using this. So it is a function that you are writing. So is equal to, and then do write this in a curly brackets. So curly brackets, let me again zoom this a bit for you. So here's a curly bracket. So one, two dots, and then 3000. This is what all the results that you are looking for. One enter. And you can see that it has generated a long list. So if you can just go down here, it is a list which will keep on getting through till it reaches 3000. So once this is done, then that's where your second process will start. So we have defined one query that, look, we wanted from this web page, from all of those multiple pages, all information right from the first book to the 3000 books, and show us that information. Now, in order to do so, you have to apply one function here, which will basically tells you that all information on all every pages. So for doing so, what we are supposed to do, we have to first turn this into two table, and just to okay. The moment you have clicked OK, you can see that it is now in the table format. I don't want to see this descriptive information, so I can just go on to close this custom form quality. And now we are going to apply one important operation on it, which is if I just click on format, sorry, not a format, I'll just click on standard, and then modulo is the name of that operation that I'm going to run onto it. Now what does this modulo will do? So modulo will give me an answer that right on first page, then the second page what all information are there, then on the third page what all information are there. And if you just look into the basic function of what do modulo do, it basically, it's a modulus function, the one that you use in Python. It gives you answers in remainder. So here's the list that you have created just by running a blank query on it. And this list comprises of all of those 3000 information which has been generated on that web page. Now, in order to move ahead, you want that all of the information which was given on the web page on different pages should be a part of this. So for that, you have to run one function of a module. So here you can just go on to standard, go on to modulo, and then define a number. Defining a number means that from where do I get that, what is that 48 number. So you have to define that 48. Click OK, and you can see that's your first page, and your next page will start after 48, and then it is just the again start of an numbers. So I am going to just select only one. Once that is there, so these are the total number of the pages. So altogether there could be total, the whole information is there right from first to 48 on the first page, second page, third page, and so on and so forth. So in this way you can see that it has generated all together different types of a number in terms of 63 in numbers. Now, what next? Now, module has done its job, so we don't need it. Select, delete. And here, if you can see that if I just change this into and now your information, this whole column is ready for the invoke. But before invoking, because it's a 3000 information which is too huge, so I just wanted to invoke only few, which means that I'll just put a number filter lesser than or equal to say 150 books only, and then click OK. So it has generated only four pages: first page, second page, third page, and the fourth page. That's what it is. And then I have to change this into a change type into a text, because our URL is in the text. It has changed this information. This is ready to be invoked. So I will just click this invoke. I will write down my list function name 28, column by default, I have only one column, click OK. So all of these information are basically stored here. So if you can see, this is your information, all of these information which is stored. Now this is an expand function. I'm just going to click this expand function, uncheck this because I wanted the list header to be the same. So I'll just click OK, and yes, let me just put this into this view so that it's all available to you. So you can see here that this is all the information that you were looking for, and it's here. We have to do some sort of a transformation here as well for this. So what we can do here, we can run. We will just change this into transformation and delimiter. Okay, so we have to change this. This is not the format that what we are looking for. So we will just go on to split columns, split by characters, and then I'll put the number as 19. You know why 19? Because we have already figured it out that it's 19, and then this one. So this is what exactly is the one that we are looking for. So all okay? Yes, that's correct. Now we will just close and apply. It will take some time based upon the internet quality. So we can see here that how easy it is. Think about it. We have given a filter only for running up to 4 pages. If you forget that step, then sometimes your system may get stuck also if the machine capacity is not something like that, and also based on the internet capacity. So here it's like how we are here. We can see all of these information here. That's what the name of the book, the author, the price, and then I have price one, price two. Sorry, I do not want this column. So we can delete this column. So that's done. And then I do not want this column also. I can delete this column as well. So this is also done. So we are left with what we were looking for. And that's what your web scraping is. The best thing about web scraping is that at any point of a time, if there is any new addition onto that link, you just come back here and click refresh. It will rerun that whole query, and all of those new information, say suppose new books have been added on Amazon, then those will be a part of your no, of your data set and desktop as well as of your Power BI dashboard. And also another thing that you can have this data, you can just simply right click and then you can just copy table and put this in Excel very easily. You can have an Excel here, and then you can paste that this whole information in that Excel and use that table as your own. So just now what I have done, I have right click and I'm going to paste this. So all of these information now is into the Excel format as well. Thanks for watching, and please do provide me your valuable feedback and subscribe to my YouTube channel.